So, welcome to the International Conference of Finance and Accounting, uh, organized by the Indira Institute. So my name is Dr. Shankar Subramaniam Iyer, and along with my co-authors, Dr. Firoz Khan, Dr. Sufyan Tassif Mullah, belonging to the Westward University College, Sharjah, would like to present the paper on Starbucks is more than coffee, a case study of Starbucks enhanced brand loyalty. So the purpose of this study is to examine the relationship between sensory marketing strategy and psychological tricks the brand uses to uh, attract customers. The brand ensures that the aroma of freshly ground coffee beans is potent enough to elicit a sensory reaction from its customers. Decoy effect, FOMO, that's fear of missing out, a cheerleader effect or combo, cashless effect, that is menu without the dollar sign, charm pricing, and endowment effect are some of the major psychological tricks that Starbucks uses to market the coffee brand and do a thriving business. Companies are spending millions of dollars to understand the psychology and behavior of their customers. Marketing is the current times is perceived through senses and psychology, which are way beyond other conventional tools. The study will use structural equational modeling to investigate the relationship between sensory marketing strategy constraints and the concept of brand psychological tricks based on data collected from 422 Starbucks customers across UAE, India, UK, Oman, Australia, and Malaysia. This research opens opportunities for managers to identify emotional, psychological linkages in differentiating, distinguishing, and positioning a brand as an image in the human mind. The perceived quality, brand loyalty, brand image, and the brand trust are dimensions that researchers can examine to gain insights into the customer loyalty and the decision making. So research questions were formulated by the researchers. So what are the key elements of Starbucks brand identity that contribute to enhanced brand loyalty? What marketing strategies does Starbucks employ to strengthen the brand loyalty among its customers? How does technology play a role in enhancing the brand loyalty for Starbucks? So answering these questions are the research objectives. Based on this, we have done the research literature has been studied, and the existing research and the gaps have been picked up to formulate the consumption model. So basically, the sensory marketing strategies, psychological brand tricks, and the consumer buying behavior are key elements that influence the brand loyalty for Starbucks. Starbucks utilizes various psychological strategies such as the brand storytelling and emotional branding to enhance the brand loyalty. Starbucks has cultivated a unique buying experience that goes beyond just selling coffee. They focus on providing personalized customer service. The integration of sensory marketing strategies, psychological brand tricks, and the consumer buying behavior creates a synergistic effect that enhances brand loyalty for Starbucks using the theory of experiential marketing. The conceptual model has been developed using these factors and the gaps. So the dependent variable, that is the enhanced brand loyalty for Starbucks, is depending on Starbucks consumer buying behavior, the sensory marketing strategies, and the psychological brand tricks. So based on this, the 6 hypotheses have been formulated as shown here. Going ahead, the secondary research has been used for identifying the independent and dependent variable just discussed in the earlier conceptual model, and the informal discussions with the experts. The research study involves survey conducted with respondents for Starbucks customers across UAE, India, UK, Oman, Australia, and Malaysia. So it was done by sending emails. The survey links have been sent, and to about more than 1,000 participants, out of which 422 respondents have been involved in the collection of data. The sample size is 422, and the random convenience sampling has been utilized. So this will be a basis of analyzing of the research and further discussion. Researchers have taken interviews with 16 experts in customer service and consumer behavior to reason out the fallacies or differences. So the respondents have been across the demographic profile, uh, across the age groups, across the income groups, across the gender, across the education level, and across various profession to do away with any bias in the study. So the analysis of the measurement model has been measured by using Adenco, which is a PLS SEM modeling software. So it throws up the Convac alpha values, which are more than zero point 0.7. So which is the main indicator to prove that the validity and the reliability has been established. Then we see all these six hypotheses formulated has been supported. That's indicated by the beta values and the t values. So only thing when you compare with the earlier studies, a lot of studies have been showing that the consumer buying behavior is a mediating variable between the sensory marketing strategies and the psychological brand tricks to in enhancing the Starbucks enhanced brand, whereas ours is not showing that effect. So based on this, we try to work out what are the differences and fallacies. We interviewed about 15 experts to try and find out what are the differences in the various studies. So when our data was shown and we had argued on that, so most of the interviews agreed that there's a drop in the customer royalty notice for most retail brands, or drop in customer retained for every dollar spent on social media advertising and other branding activities, uh, including the TV advertisements. The customer seems to have matured, and the influence of these advertisement spends is limited to certain threshold. So they are not as influenced as earlier years. The customers are aware of the marketing strategies of different brands and their influential influence to woo them. So also it comes across that the social media and other effects are slowly diminishing in effect because of I think saturation of or too much advertisements used, or the customers are already getting acclimatized to these circumstances. So the customers are not wooed into a buy unless they think it is a reasonable and of value depending on the price tag and within the threshold limit. The actual sensory marketing strategy is based on the senses of smell, sound, light, sight, touch, and the taste have maximum influence, indicating the ambience and the environment does matter, where the customers are ready to pay more for the perceived quality and ambience, as in the case of Starbucks. But the drop in the ROI in customer royalty spends have halved, and in some cases still lesser, as illustrated by McKinsey surveys on various sectors, especially on the travel sector. So the more you spend doesn't necessarily directly increase the customer royalty. Okay, it's in fact showing the other or lukewarm kind of influence. So which is customer and service oriented areas. So basically, so the conservation model, which has used the exploratory study, has been validated and is reliable as per the qualitative statistical analysis shown earlier. The relationship between the constraints are valid and significant. The model can be used for further research studies. The managerial decision in consumer retail sector can be taken using this model. Added to the primary data availability, consumer behavior initiatives, and it is a giant jump into the development of brands and royalty goals and meets the needs of the customers. The objective of the research has been met to suggest and confirm the relationship between the research focuses on specific industries, providing practical recommendations for practitioners in these sectors, and identify the crucial factors for retail consumer behavior and brand building. So using the theory of experiential marketing, the conceptual model has been developed, which is a good contributing area to the research. Then the research study contributes to the existing body of literature on brand loyalty, expanding the knowledge and understanding of this concept. Also, the fallacies which were there, that the mediating variable could be a consumer behavior factors, has been busted, because the sensory strategies and the psychological tricks don't totally add up to the spends made in that direction. So that's been a major finding of this study. So thank you very much, and we are open to questions. And these are some of the references we have used.